Imagine this. One of the biggest feuds in modern history just erupted live, right in front of millions of viewers, and what happened next could shake governments and billionaires alike. The tension, the betrayal, the shocking revelations. It's unlike anything you've ever seen. Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe to Shockline News and hit the bell icon so you never miss the explosive updates like this. It all began last night, when Donald Trump appeared in a live broadcast that was supposed to discuss economic policies. But what unfolded was far from ordinary. Within the first few minutes, Trump shifted gears, targeting none other than Elon Musk, the tech billionaire and space magnate, in what can only be described as a verbal ambush. Trump's voice was firm, unyielding, and every word was a direct hit. He accused Musk of manipulating tax records, dodging crucial responsibilities, and misleading the public about billions in investments. The audience erupted. Social media went into a frenzy. In the most shocking part, Musk was caught completely off guard. But why did this happen? Why now? And what does this mean for the US government and economy? Here's what we know. According to insiders, Trump had been gathering evidence for months, quietly investigating Musk's companies and personal financial dealings. The information he revealed wasn't just scandalous, it was explosive. And when Trump laid it out in front of a live audience, the implications were immediate. Markets trembled, politicians panicked, and online platforms were flooded with speculation. Now, I know you're probably thinking, how could one man expose another of this magnitude, live on TV without warning? And trust me, the answer is as shocking as the confrontation itself. Trump didn't just present evidence. He revealed personal communications, internal emails, and documents that questioned Musk's integrity in ways that were impossible to ignore. And here's a little reminder, if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to Shockline News. You don't want to miss the follow-up videos where we'll break down every leaked document and reaction in detail. Back to the story. Musk tried to defend himself, but his responses were fragmented, hesitant, and at times contradictory. The live feed captured his every facial expression, nervous tics, awkward pauses. In that moment where he realized that the billionaire's shield he had built around himself was suddenly gone. Trump's strategy was meticulous. He didn't just aim to embarrass Musk. He aimed to expose a system that allows the ultra-wealthy to avoid accountability. And in doing so, he created a spectacle that had the media scrambling for commentary, political analysts speculating wildly, and the public glued to their screens. Here's where it gets even more intense. Within hours, government officials were summoned. Emails from top advisors leaked to the press, and whispers of investigations into Musk's dealings began circulating in the corridors of power. What started as a live feud had escalated into what some are calling a government crisis of unprecedented scale. At this point, you might be asking, what about the taxpayers, the employees, and everyday citizens? Well, the fallout is massive. Public confidence is shaken. Investors are reconsidering their positions. And ordinary people, the ones who often get ignored in billionaire spats, are suddenly at the center of a debate that could affect their daily lives. Now, let's break down the key moments that made this confrontation go viral. First, Trump's revelation about the tax bill discrepancies. He presented documents showing Musk allegedly used loopholes that even seasoned accountants called highly questionable. The room fell silent. Cameras zoomed in. Social media exploded. Memes were born within minutes. Next, Trump revealed private messages suggesting Musk had attempted to influence political figures to avoid scrutiny. This was the turning point. The public was no longer seeing two powerful men debating. They were witnessing a story about power, influence, and accountability that could redefine public trust. And again, a quick reminder, subscribe to Shockline News. We'll be covering every angle of this story, from leaks to court reactions, and you don't want to miss it. As the live event continued, Trump didn't let up. He systematically dismantled Musk's arguments, pointed out inconsistencies, and even referenced Musk's own public statements that now seemed contradictory in light of the new evidence. Viewers described the event as shockingly relentless, and for good reason. By the end of the broadcast, the consequences were clear. The U.S. government was officially shaken. Congressional leaders were demanding explanations, and the business world was left questioning the ethics of one of its most celebrated figures. But the story doesn't end here. Overnight, reactions from the tech community, Wall Street, and political commentators poured in. Musk responded with a carefully worded statement, but the damage was done. The narrative had already shifted, and in the eyes of the public, the battle lines were drawn. And yes, if you haven't yet, hit subscribe to Shockline News. We're breaking down every new update as it happens, and you'll want to stay ahead of the story. Looking forward, experts predict that this feud could lead to congressional hearings, audits, and potentially legal action. The ripple effects will be felt across industries, politics, and even public trust. For many, it's a wake-up call about the influence of billionaires in government and the fragility of accountability systems. And here's the truly shocking twist. Sources claim there's more information yet to be released. Details so sensitive that even top aides are on high alert. If these leaks surface, it could rewrite the rules for how corporate power interacts with politics in the United States. Before we wrap up, let's reflect on the human side of this story. Behind the headlines are millions watching, reacting, debating. People are discussing integrity, trust, and the responsibilities of power. And that's why stories like this resonate. They're not just about billionaires or politicians. They're about how our society chooses to hold the powerful accountable. Finally, if you've followed this story this far, don't forget to subscribe to Shockline News. Every update, every leaked document, every dramatic twist will be covered exclusively here. And you'll be the first to know when the next shocking revelation drops. This is more than a feud, it's a turning point. Donald Trump versus Elon Musk, live, public, unfiltered. And the consequences are just beginning to unfold. Stay tuned, stay alert, and remember, at Shockline News, we bring you the stories that shake the world. And you'll see them first, uncensored and in full detail.